Hey guys, Cdrama Invasion here and welcome back to a new video. Recently I asked you guys on my top 10 shelf dramas list, which I'll also leave down in the description box or linked at the end. But in that video I asked if you guys want a detailed explanation and all of the main reasons why Chinese dramas get shelved or they don't air for a long time until after years and years. I'm thinking of making a whole new series on frequently asked questions. So if you guys have any questions about Chinese entertainment or dramas in general, or something like the Hallyu ban or scandals that you want me to break down and dig into, then I'll definitely do that for you guys. I also recently launched a Ko-Fi page, so anyone who wants to give me some extra support, linked in the description box below and in the pinned comment as well. I truly appreciate you guys. Anyways, let's jump on into it. There's 5 common reasons why dramas are shelved, so let's go down the list. The first one is the competitiveness, or the battle to the time slots, for newer dramas versus older ones. If you guys follow the Chinese entertainment, Chinese drama type of news, then you would know that actors tend to film around 3 to 4 dramas a year. And this drama will go into post-production and they'll be shelved for a while until they're scheduled and they get a green light for the next year. This is also one of the reasons why you never really see an air date for Chinese dramas, because no one really knows. There's an entire process that you have to go through and to get green lighted for an air date. So with the amount of dramas that come out yearly or in preparation for the next year, there's already a whole bunch of back catalog dramas, shelved dramas that don't make it, and they just end up sitting there until something happens, like an actor gets really big, and then it would be a smart move financially to pick some of the older dramas up and finally air them. Reason number 2 is kind of going hand in hand with that. It's investors, and that this is a business. Therefore, a lot of these older dramas don't have anyone to buy them, even if the actors are popular, because why shouldn't they just invest in the newer versions where the editing will be better, the storyline and the quality will be better overall. But there are some cases where they end up just releasing the drama out of the blue, like The Wolf, since Xiaozhan was quite popular. And there was a lot of attention on Li Qin as well, since she was in Joy of Life and The Song of Glory. Another good example is Simon Gong Jun, who has been in Word of Honor. This year, it's been his breakout year, and everyone's been talking about him in Zhang Zhehan. This is why Tencent Video and Mango TV all of a sudden decided to release the drama The Player. This drama stars Sebrina Chen Yao and Gong Jun, of course. But even if this was the case, it didn't do too well, since a lot of fans and people who watched were complaining about the CGI and quality. So this is a huge problem that's like a cycle. So if the investors care about the actors who are getting popular and all of a sudden their older dramas come out, it's not a guarantee that the drama will do well, even if there's a popular actor in it. So if you're looking from a financial standpoint, they try to minimize the risk and just scrap the drama or forget about it or keep it shelved for a very long time, than to risk investing and putting money into something that won't be as good, since it was filmed like all the way back and maybe there wasn't enough budget on it. Another very common reason is that the NRTA Standards, or censorship, is affecting when the dramas will come out. We have the Hallyu ban, which is a perfect example of this. This is basically when China thought that Korea held too much influence on Chinese economy and entertainment business, so they decided to pull out of the collabs and not air them at all. They wanted the focus to be on Chinese dramas, productions, and Chinese celebrities instead of Korean ones. Although this was lifted quite a while ago, no one ever since decided to pick up any of the shelf dramas because it's too risky. Unless we finally get like a K-drama with Chinese actors or a Chinese drama with Korean actors that do really well, then they'll start airing the shelf dramas and maybe even putting money into new collaboration projects. So therefore, no one's willing to take that risk that will give them a negative impression towards the government or the officials who are looking through Chinese productions and dramas. There's another huge issue, which is inaccuracy, and this will get you flagged by the NRTA no matter how big your drama stars or how much money is in the production project. After one of the most glamorous dramas, The Empress of China with Fan Bingbing, the government has been more serious about minimizing really flashy, glamorous lifestyle back in the day, despite if you're royalty or not. They think that they're spending way too much money on the production and the cost of the drama outfits. The web dramas is a little bit less strict, but anything that goes on TV is more strict. Basically, they don't want to give the general public some imaginary fantasies or ideas of what it was like living during those times. They want to portray history relatively accurate when it comes to style of clothing, the script, and the food, everything, like the culture itself. So how can they overcome this? Well, they have to rewrite and refilm the scenes, of course, or just completely edit it out, which is a very long process, and which is why The Fated General starring Zhang Ruoyun and Bai Yu hasn't been out for a long time. This drama ran into so many mistakes when they were supporting imperialism, apparently, in part of their script, in part of their story, and it was also hinted everywhere with imagery. So you have to go back and cut all that out. Anything alluding to Chinese politics that wasn't favorable or wasn't completely accurate would be cut out. Of course, with such big actors, there's going to be scheduling conflicts, and to get everyone back involved, as well as they need to make sure that investors and people are still interested in this drama to be able to air it. So this drama, it was around 92 episodes the last time I checked when it first came out. Now it's cut down to 60. There are rumors that if this one will air, it will probably air in 2022 or 2023, whenever Joy of Life Season 2 ends up airing, because that would be probably the biggest chance they have. With Zhang Ruoyun's popularity, maybe people will have more interest in this drama and investors would want to support this drama. The next category is scandals. So Zheng Shuang is the perfect example of this with her drama Jade Lovers. I did make 2 videos on her, a first initial one of what happened, and then the new accusations of her tax evasion and other things that came out in court. So I'll leave the links down to that in the description box as well. So after her scandal broke out, she was blacklisted and unable to air any of her dramas on TV. Therefore, the team and production company of Jade Lovers had a lot of financial loss due to it being one of their most heavily anticipated drama. It was believed that 2021 is when this drama was supposed to air, so this year. But now what's happening currently is they are suing her for a bunch of financial loss and legal issues. Similarly, if there's big scandals like tax evasion, they're probably going to be blacklisted from the industry. The same with Fan Bingbing. None of her dramas came out, they're all shelved or they're never gonna air. And last but not least, we have copyright issues. So a good example is Tears in Heaven or Princess Agents 2. Tears in Heaven finally aired in 2021, and this is because they went through a whole legal battles for years and years until they were finally able to air it, because you can't air it if there's any legal issues as well. And there was this whole thing saying that the scriptwriter was plagiarizing somebody else. The same thing with Princess Agents, which is why a lot of people are saying that there probably won't be a second season. The issue with this type of plagiarism is that it dates back decades even from the original author who is trying to sue the company for stealing their details. You would have to go and find evidence on both sides as always, but most of it ends up being he said, she said with a lack of solid evidence, and in the end they just scrap the dramas in total or keep them shelved because it's just too much time, trouble, and effort to put into that drama while you can be planning and making a script towards other dramas, or buying bigger, better productions, or license to novels where you can adapt to. So therefore, they just leave it shelved. Another good one that falls under this category, that's a good example, is Zauga. This is complicated. There's many reasons behind the scenes for this drama in particular, because there's alleged plagiarism, and the producer behind it is known for plagiarizing. So it's a well-known fact that he's shamelessly taking bits and parts or entire drama storylines to become popular. His name is Yu Zhang. He owns his own studio, which is the second reason, because apparently Zhang Zaihan had a fallout with the company. And even though he's still on good terms with Shu Kai and people from the company before he left after this drama was completed filming. So a lot of people are saying that there's something more behind the scenes that we don't know, but it seems more like a personal grudge. So this, coupled with the plagiarism claims, there's been a lot of scandal around this drama. However, it's been years now, and Zhang Zaihan's popularity is increasing so much. Wu Jinyan is quite popular as well. So at this point, I think it really depends on the investors. They hold the most power over drama companies and production teams, because they're the ones that are sponsoring all of these dramas and are putting their money into making these dramas big. Anyways, I hope this video helped you. I'm sorry if you hear a bit of background noise in this video, since I'm getting my laundry done in the background while I multitask, but I hope this one helps. And leave any comments, suggestions, or questions down in the comments below. And once again, check out my Ko-fi page. I'll really appreciate your support and kindness, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.